Hello everybody, welcome to ozfortress 19, Week 5, Right-Wing Death Squad vs Damage Inc. I'm your caster Sage, and with me tonight, making his casting debut, is Rocky. Say hello.
Hey buddy.
And as always, our producer Wiethoofd. Tonight we're bringing a pretty good match. This is actually one of the closer ones I think we're going to see this season. 4th and 5th seed, I believe. Or maybe 3rd and 4th. But regardless, both have had really good showings this season. Right-Wing Death Squad bringing in a kind of mixed roster. They're bringing 2 Asia Fort players tonight. They're bringing in players from Mad Men and just kind of a mixed match new team coming up. And they've been doing very well. Had a good showing and beaten most of the lower Prem teams. And safe to say they've cemented at least a position into kind of mid-Prem. And we'll see, because kind of this rivalry is kind of determining who's like placing 3rd right now. Because this team hasn't faced off, but they've beaten every other team that they've kind of challenged. It'll be interesting to see, definitely.
I'm looking forward to see how the Mercs influence the game.
That's true. We have a Merc on both sides, from correct. Riot playing Roma for the side of Damage Inc., and we have Aisho, another Asian scout, who, if any Asians watching, he's scout for Burger Apocalypse, I believe is the team name, so we'll see. Interesting, because, I don't know, Merc play can be a huge benefit or a huge problem. Merc's obviously not super experienced with teams, can be an issue, and I don't know, we see.
Absolutely.
Good to see what happens.
Not to mention his slight ping disadvantage, although it might be negated, because of course he's a scout.
Exactly, both scouts on the team are hitting 100 ping at least, one hitting 150. So it's definitely kind of play. Rockets are it's scout obviously, so it's a bigger deal, but rockets and like hits things are a lot harder to dodge. A little bit of a longer range and stuff on that. But we'll see if it comes much into play. We can quickly go over rosters. I'll quickly go over Damage Inc. and you can go over Right-Wing Death Squad if you'd like.
Sure.
So, for Scouts tonight, we have Spooge playing Pocket Scout for Damage Inc. Player's been around for a really long time, and he's been playing for Damage Inc. for 2 seasons now, I believe. Very competent Pocket Scout and very good DM, and doing a very good job this season. And the other Scout, superstar Australian player Sam, a great player, as anyone in the Australian scene will know.
Yeah,
He's been around for another long time. Very great death matches he's seen, and one of the scariest snipers in the scene as well. For Soldiers, we have Riot, who I said before is a Merc. He's playing intermediate this season, I believe, but he's had Prem experience, especially last season with Victoria Riot. Crud on demo. Crud's an up-and-coming player, definitely. He kind of came out of nowhere, I'd say, but he's definitely contesting top demos with really good deathmatch abilities, and it's definitely been mulching a lot of the teams he's been facing. And also, I'd say probably the prime person taking heals. I think I actually missed Jack on the Soldier role as well. Jack Aneurysm playing Pocket. I think this is his premier. No, okay, last season he played. Yeah, that's right. He played Victoria Riot for a bit, but this is, I believe, is his first premier debut as.
This is his first Pocket game, I believe.
Yeah. So that's cool to see. And then we have Half Wrong on Medic, who's been the Medic for damaging for quite a while. Should I run quickly through the Roids rollout?
They're currently off-classing a little bit. Who's the Medic, sorry?
The Medic is left, I believe.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we got left. Pretty strong player. He's got really good movement and surfing for a Medic. Of course, we've got Ao Shao on the Merc Scout, and he's coming from Southeast Asia. Everyone knows Moop. Great jumper, strong DM, pretty good player. KPC, I'm really interested to see this player actually. He's on, I think it's Roma. He's got some really crazy deathmatch, and he's only been getting better as far as I can tell, so that should be good. And we've got Fushi on Scout and HSR on Pocket.
Yeah. So we do have some Asians. Obviously, a lot of Assortus players won't be super familiar with them. HSR, I believe, came first in Asia Fort last season as a sub. I'm not super familiar with the team. I think it was. Actually, I'm not going to talk because I'm not sure. So I'm actually not going to say it in case I get it wrong. And Fushi is also a top scout in Asia right now. So we have some top players coming from across the pond in Asia on this team. And I don't know. Asians have been. Since I'd say probably about TJ coming to ozfortress and playing in a top team, we've seen a lot of Asians hopping the pond trying to see how they perform in ozfortress, and it's cool to see, honestly. And it's actually had a couple of returns as ozfortress players have been trying out Asia Fort a bit recently.
Do you know who's leading the calls for either team?
Okay, so when I was talking to Spooge recently, he wanted Sam to lead, but I think it's kind of a mixed bag of Halfrong and Spooge, but we're gonna get started.
Well, at the moment, it's pretty passive. No team's really engaging at the moment, except now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird exchange here. We're down for a moment there, but the Ubers do come out popped. Crud just taking a bit of Uber, trying to keep alive. He backs up, lets the soldiers take more of the Uber. They do have the cap advantage, and Roids are just trying to get on the point, trying to edge this, getting a bit aggressive. Dirt's just making these players try and back off with a bit of spam, taking heals, walking forward. He picks up Moop very aggressively as the left gets caught in very far forward, and it's just 2 up. HSR, Fushy's probably getting cleaned up as well, with really good aggression coming out of Damage Inc.
It really felt like Blue were just dropping players and not really respecting the red team's player advantage, and then just consolidated on top of them, and they just got crushed.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see. We'll see how they deal with the forward hold. A lot of teams do have a bit of trouble getting out of this. They're trying to push main, which is the general response as they're trying to get things, but they're getting spammed out pretty hard by the soldiers. They end up trying to back up. They don't lose any players, but they're going to start moving back in. Moop getting spammed out from main. They're just walking right. And just trying to get an opening here. They're just walking around, chilling. They know that they have full Uber disadvantage, so they might try and set some sacks in. Looks like they're trying to move left with a soldier, which will be right where the combo is, so they might see an Uber forced out.
I don't think they're going to be able to get through that left door where the red combo is.
HSR also gets pushed aggressively with heals. It's a good play by Jack. Uber very aggressive. Starting to spawn, and it's not going to get anything done. That's probably ideal for the side of Roids.
I think it's a mistake, man. Like, you're just not going to get to the blue medic with that pyro there. So Blue is just going to come in with their Uber advantage and should punish them.
Yeah, they're going to come in concrete, it looks like. They're just going to take this heal, get the Uber in. Left Uber's early. They do get a lot of spam. The medic goes very low. We'll see if he gets down. He doesn't die straight off, and he's in a pretty decent position. They need to see some aggression from the soldiers, probably coming out of Dink. A pipe onto the scout and trying to make some back up, but soldiers trying to re-aggress on the side of Damage Inc. Gets a lot of damage, takes a lot of damage themselves. One dies, Jack left very lit, and Roids finally pick up this cap, but with a 40-second timer left on Damage Inc., they've done a very good job to holding this. And they kept their medic up in that, which will give them a 20% advantage, rather.
True, Halfrong was playing with fire, but he managed to survive. I really would have liked to see Blue be a bit more assertive there and try and punish the retreating red players and potentially kill the medic, because Halfrong should be able to come in with Uber ad as we speak.
Yeah, they're getting this Uber up 80% only,
and he drops.
But he drops to a trap. That's really disastrous. They're going to have to get forward and probably get on this medic here. Try and get a force, possibly, if it can happen. Left isn't up on his Uber yet. They're just in for frag, and they don't get a single one. That's really disastrous. Crud's getting in, but he messes up his stick gem. He's going to get cleaned up by players. Jack goes down low as well and dies. Halfrong just spawning up now.
We played that perfectly.
Yeah, Halfrong dropping that, and then them just playing back, hiding players into the damage. It worked
Definitely.
very well.
They played the heal advantage, and then the red team just came in like lemmings, one by one.
Yeah, definitely. Let's say Fishy rather. I might call him Fishy or Fishy, either or, but they're doing a lot. They're gonna get mulched in the main as they just push up and they take a lot of damage. 2 down early, but they do take a bit of ground and they do pick up Aisho in the mids, and they pick up Fishy and Moop. So the heals are up on the concrete side, but they're likely gonna see a force as he drops everybody before he gets forced. That's not a very good sign. So it does look like they're not gonna aggress him, so he probably will get out cliff if he's lucky. Yeah, they don't chase him.
To be honest, it would have been the same if he died.
Yeah, 100%. He took too long. He gets heals up finally, but it's a bit of an awkward exchange there. Left without his Uber, and now we have a 70% coming out of a Halfrong. With 30 seconds to push, this is going to be a bit awkward, especially if Damage Inc. do advance with this Uber. We're just going to see them holding out a cliff on the side of Roids.
They're only just starting to contest now.
Exactly. I think they've realised that they probably should have started aggressing before they get this Uber. It's going to make it really hard, but the Uber does turn off, and they're just going to probably bait players into this. They're playing it well, but they are putting it a bit awkward. They use the Uber straight to get on the medic. He does get cleaned up very early. Moop gets jumped behind, and I guess trying to go for a play on the medic, gets cleaned up. KPC gets aggressive on the Crud, and then a soldier deep onto the medic for Halfrong. But it's just 2 scouts, both very hurt. Scout on the point gets cleaned up, and then there's another scout behind Rock, and he gets cleaned up in return. That was a very good round from Damage Inc. in the most part.
I really didn't like what Blue did near the end. They knew that Red had a big advantage, and the mid was too close, and he just died to the offending combo. Or the defending combo, pardon me.
I want to watch Riot's point of view on this, but just for the start, see if he gets any aggression. He did go pretty far for a bomb at the start in the first minute, I believe, but he's just playing spam right now, so I'm going to move on to the prop of a demo matter. I'm going to be watching Crud, who's again getting very aggressive, putting some heavy spam onto the combo. Spooge gets cleaned up by HSR, but he gets cleaned up by Sam in return. Sam gets 2 picks before getting cleaned up by Fishy. And then aggression from Damage Inc. is pushing players back. Jack getting super aggro. Might get something done here as the medic's pretty low. The medic does get out, gets back onto 100 health, and 74% coming out of both medics. We're gonna see probably more aggression as fails his
Hits
jump
the
and hits
train.
his head on the bridge.
That was amazing. So much aggression on both medics, and yet both survive. Although Blue had the numbers, and they're just gonna hold.
Yeah, both teams will come up on Uber. I don't know if we'll see a stack wave come out, maybe to try and force the super so they can get a re-push. But it doesn't look like it, because Hoffman's moving up on this cliff. He's just taking his heals to his demo and scout.
Red quite low.
Yeah,
I don't know
not
if they
very
want to push
buffed.
straight away.
Yeah, they're moving straight on a soldier. Questionable Uber is they're going to have to get this force early. They do, but it's going to be a solo onto Moop, it seems, and a much better Uber coming out of the side of Roids with not much consequence coming out of both sides. Roids are taking more aggression, but they do lose ice share on the flank. Scout's getting super aggressive on low health for the side of damaging, and they do clean up the players, but it's a 3v3, a Scout soldier versus Demo soldier, and they're just going to see an exchange of spam. It looks like they're not capping the points so they can get their spawns. A very clever tactic. It's great because honestly the spawn advantage is crucial there. So
It
they
really
get the
felt
spawns.
like Blue. You know, they kited their Uber, and they
Yeah.
popped quite late, but they didn't really punish Red when they were retreating.
Exactly. What I think happened was they wanted to make sure their Uber was better, so they didn't want to flash, but at the same time it crippled it because they just kept the Uber on Moop, who didn't have enough positioning to really punish any of the players in damaging.
Speaking of Moop, he's coming back in.
Yeah, he's getting aggro actually, pretty ballsy as he gets left gets picked up by a trap or spam, and that's gonna probably prompt a sack wave as they are getting aggressive. HS are getting down very low, having to back up. Riot gets cleaned up on the side by KPC. They're backing up. They don't really have that much positioning.
Mini
Might see-
very low.
Yeah, we might see a re-heal and maybe a re-push, but they need to do something because the point is just now coming into favor of damaging, and they have a full Uber advantage. We'll see what happens.
Their initial push didn't feel very consolidated.
Yeah, it was a bit messy. They didn't get much done, and then left kind of just got smashed by Crud.
This one seems quite a bit better though.
And Jack laying down a lot of spam. KBC getting aggressive on the dog bread, but he gets spammed back himself. A lot of ground being taken, but they were just baiting these players in straight away. Jack getting straight
They
into
need
the
to kill
medic.
left here.
This is really good, Jack. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, amazing surf by left.
Left just... I can't believe it. He's gonna get out. Okay, that's really good by left. Left
They
for
put
all...
all the attention on left, and yet he gets out, and just the blue combats just pick off red.
Exactly. So, yeah, I can't believe that. Like, they just forwarded every player to make sure left didn't get out, and when he gets out, like, they just get mulched by the remaining players. So they're gonna come in, and they have 80% to half runs
Yeah.
2, and it's
Moves by
gonna...
himself.
So they're very aggressive. They clip Moop is way too aggressive, gets cleaned up. Crud and Sam get picked up with Riot on the side. HSR just playing on the left, half run playing back, making sure he doesn't get killed. But they didn't force the super, so we might see sack waves as 4 players are about to spawn for the side of damaging.
It did work out in their favor, despite Moop getting picked off. I feel like his team should have been there a lot sooner to help him.
Yeah. We'll see them moving out of main now. See what they want to do. They're taking a lot of buff, so it might be a chance to go for a sack wave. I wouldn't be surprised.
Only 60% on the red medic.
Yeah, Riot's coming in now. They're getting a really deep bomb. They get the force. It's really good. They also get a pick on one of the scouts. We see... Okay, so they all do get cleaned up for the price of an Uber force and a scout pick. That's very good. And just a basic stay in spawn, make sure you can't die play.
Yep. It's good for red. They got Uber, mid got out.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see the respawns coming up. Nothing special, no off-classes. They're looking to move right side, probably to avoid a bit of spam on this re-push. Void's probably gonna end up having to lose this point, but they just want to get this Uber force so they don't get mulched by it afterwards. They're moving left side from the grass area, and they're moving slowly onto the point, taking a lot of spam.
Need to go a bit faster than this, I
Yeah,
think.
they're just kind of getting
They're taking
mulched by
too much
Moop's
damage.
spam right now, and they finally popped the super out. We'll see if left is in a very
Left
bad
should
position.
die here. No,
Yeah.
he's not getting away with that one.
I think that's a couple times where left's been really aggressive, and of course left being aggressive did get him that pretty cool play, but at the same point it's getting a lot of deaths as well. I should run straight in and pick half wrong there, huge. And Spooge cleans him up, and we do see, okay, another guy comes in super late, and he might get a kill. Okay, he doesn't. He ends up missing the last shot on Spooge, but
Yeah.
definitely a better exchange there for Roy.
It feels like blue team are not respecting that Uber advantage that the red team have. And maybe not forcing them early enough, and certainly left needs to be further back, because he should not be dying under any circumstance.
But for the 40% Uber, 30% Uber charge rather, and they're moving up very aggressively. They know they don't have the time to be dawdling. They're just healing Moop, but he's getting super destroyed. He has no one really with him to soften the blows of spam. Moving up slowly now. Left takes a decent amount of damage. It's just a
Yeah,
spam wall, but
look at
half
the
run goes down so low, and he's just gonna have to play back to make sure he can't get killed by spam. Aisha gets cleaned up by a pill by Crud. And the point, they haven't moved into the point at all. They're gonna get this Uber coming out soon, but they're losing all their players in the meantime, and it's just left, and he has no one to get this Uber for. That's disastrous.
It really didn't feel like Blue was committing with all their players near the end there. Riot got a wonderful bomb, which really broke them up and distracted them.
It was really good by Riot. The issue there was I think they were waiting for their Uber to push the point, but they put too much into that and ended up it being the bane because they just never got that Uber in charge because of the Riot bomb.
Agreed.
So Crud's just going to take kills again. Same mids, pretty much. Crud's spamming, Soldier's taking hide on the left rocks, waiting for players probably to over advance. Jack going in for a deep bomb. He doesn't get much damage, but he gets on a move early. He doesn't really have anyone to get with him because the aggression doesn't work, and yeah, that's a wipe, including medic. So interesting to see maybe an off class, maybe another sack wave. We haven't seen a single off class from correct so far, so
I don't think we are going to at the moment.
yeah, unlikely, but it'll be interesting to see. It's always
I have
fun
to say
see a
that the
sniper
Blue
on
Scouts
product.
were pivotal to winning that mid fight. You might think it was the bombing, but I think those Blue Scouts pushed the point really hard and really killed the enemy demo who's stuck.
Half-Run getting very aggressive considering this huge Uber disadvantage. They're moving up. He gets straight onto Icho and KBC. The medic hasn't forced just yet, but he drops almost his entire team for it. This is okay, but I don't know if damaging should be even getting this cap as the spawns are going to be pretty delayed now. 50% and left is going to come up with the Uber charge any second now.
HSR really should have gone for the medic if he's gonna bomb. Like, no point going for the scout.
So they're gonna probably hold this. The best thing Damaging can do really now is force this point and try and get out with as many players and repush with their Uber charge. But they're gonna just they get the Uber out first early. It's voluntarily on the side of Voids. They try and get aggro into the medic. The medic is probably gonna get out. And
Sam coming in?
Yeah, Sam gets pretty aggressive and he gets cleaned up. So
Got dispatched, yeah.
So he gets aggro. Riot's sacking himself. I'm not sure about the sack wave with this. Half-Run kills the medic!
Gosh. Yeah, left is, and he drops in. Oh my gosh. I think like both medics misplaying pretty hard there. Left too far forward, half wrong, obviously dropping.
I was really confused with that play, because they had the full Uber charge out, pretty much. You just think you'd get back and take heals and move up with a team, but they just kind of sacked and then half-Run. Although we got the flashy play onto the medic, it doesn't really work in any favour right now.
Yeah.
Especially because we don't see them any either medic come up with crits or anything, so half-Run just
amazing flank.
Swishy just playing back, waiting for the players to move up, and he kills the medic. We're gonna see another fight, probably just a random sack wave as so we just kill out Ice-Show, and there's a scout behind who gets cleaned up for the side damaging, but low health.
On left?
Again, they get the cap, but it's not gonna work because the scout's just in, but he gets sliced by move. So they get the cap, but it's not gonna do much. It's gonna be like probably 15 seconds at most, and it's just gonna kinda end up with a longer spawn.
A nice laser mid here.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, let's see what. Sam sniper, but goes down very low, and I reckon he might get back onto scout. Yeah, he does. He was just going for a quick peek, maybe a surprise kill, and gets back on his class. So we see 50% versus 100%. I reckon we might see either a slow play or a sack. Considering
I'd like to see a sack. 50% is a long time.
Half-Run is pretty aggressive, so I don't think it's going to be a fire sack. It looks like they're just moving up. Maybe no. Okay, Crud does go for a jump, but he gets knocked away from a bomb. This is already really awkward. They drop left!
Oh my gosh.
And Riot timing it. No, Riot's just playing in a sneak. He was just trying to get aggro. He's gonna might kill the scout, he does, and then let's get on the point. He's actually killable. He doesn't get anything done, but they're gonna get this Uber charge and they're gonna be able to repush. But Roids do have a pretty decent 1 minute cap advantage at the moment, and that probably will be cemented to at least a 20-second hold, even if they push and win immediately. So they need to
needs
hurry
to
up.
respect.
Oh my god, they get so aggressive, and half-Run is delayed, so 20 seconds on this timer pretty much. They need to get going as soon as they can. Aisha gets killed as well. They're so aggressive for this Uber disadvantage, and like you said, they're not respecting the Uber. Soldier's deep onto this medic already. No, he gets backed up by scouts. Scouts on the side of Vajika doing a lot of work tonight, these jumpers.
Left playing that a bit better. He's starting to realise that when the enemy medic dies, you might as well consider all the enemy combatants on suicide watch, because they're just going to gun for you.
Exactly. They're close, right? Just trying to do a forward hold here. They have all the players for it. This might be a bit hard to break, but left is building this up. He'll get 80%.
Standard hold.
Exactly. We're gonna. I guess they haven't really picked a side. It looks like they're going to go in grass side with this Uber, but they're gonna have to definitely. I can't see a way they're gonna get a good Uber on this left side. They pop early. Halfrong pops questionably early as well with
I feel like
bit
Blue
of
have to get out
baiting.
here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to back
Or
up.
they're just gonna die.
They're getting so aggressive. Moop gets killed. Questionable. They could have punished a lot harder, but they're choosing to play a bit passive.
He definitely overstayed his welcome. Just gonna
Exactly.
run down the clock. Maybe Red can turn this around.
They didn't lose a player, and they can still hold this forward hold even without an Uber charge. It's gonna be a little bit harder, but they're starting to push out main, trying to edge their bets, seeing what they can do. They're definitely trying not to just get cleaned up by spamkers, but this forward hold's definitely doing his job as the time is ticking down. And they're getting a lot of time back as KPC comes up the classic. He's gonna try and pyro out of this thing, get the stickies done. So he moves forward. He misses his reflect. They can't
It's
really
about
shoot
time,
it
to be
in.
honest.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I just
great
said
air
tries
shot.
for Jack. They do have a pyro. That is where the pyro comes into play. Where okay, you
Should still
broke
be
it
a
out
hold.
little bit. Yeah, and this is awkward. They Uber. That's disastrous. So Halfrong should come up with this Uber.
He's very close to Uber.
Halfrong's
He
not
can't
healing
die here.
anybody. He hits
He
Uber off a crossbar, and then he's gonna probably he forces questionably. I guess he was scared he was standing on stickies.
He should have just ran, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, they're all behind on the point. I show Beefs a couple shots onto the medic and gets cleaned up behind, but everyone needs to get back to a player any second now. And he's going the long one, and he's probably going to get caught out. He has to have a really nice surf, and he doesn't. He's going to meet up with a scout, but he's likely going to get cleaned up with the soldier above him.
These medics are immortal, dude. I don't understand.
I don't know if that was a misplay by the soldier or god play by Halfrong, but he gets out. And they're going to need a repush very quickly, only 10 seconds on both sides of the point. They're going to have to start repushing now as Halfrong probably want to come into play
Red
with
has
the time,
numbers.
but Red has the numbers. They need to get on the point quickly, and Voids are going to lose the first frag. Frag gets picked up, and they're letting the cap happen for some reason. Aisho and Moop go down as well, and Halfrong hits a really nice surf onto the point, and they give it up really easily. Was that a bomb play that distracted them, and then the moving players just destroy it? Because I don't
think so.
understand. Because that was a really...
I feel like Blue Team put way too much emphasis on killing Halfrong. Like, the medic is, I feel like, is much less relevant when he doesn't have Uber. Like, you want to kill the players who are actually contesting you. And they kind of focused him, and Red really turned that game around. Incredible.
Yeah, damaging take the first map 3-1. The last round especially was a lot closer than a 3-1 scoreline would lead you to believe, but that was a pretty good match, and Damaging definitely showing why they're a contender for the third place spot right now. Or the third place ladder spot. So we'll see what's going
Have a look
on.
at the stats.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see what's going on the stat side, because I predict some pretty good scout stats, yes. Sam hitting the 360 DPM as scout with 12% heals, that's pretty great. We see both scouts actually, Fuishi doing a lot of work. Not as much damage being dealt, but definitely a lot of cleanup. That's what you like to see. Let's look at damage stats right now.
Let me just bring up this list. Man, Sam, just going crazy.
Sam top damaging over both demo men. Moop hitting the 300 mark, where Crud doing a little bit more overall and getting a lot more frags. Crud also taking less heals than Moop. You gotta wonder how it's playing out, because I don't know if it was the scout dominance on the map, but Moop was kind of getting I'd say a bit punished for his aggression, and just basic stuff like, I don't know, taking 28% heals and only getting 5,000 damage is a bit questionable.
In Moop's defense, I felt like oftentimes he didn't have appropriate support, and he
You
was
reckon?
making the right play, but the rest of his teammates weren't sufficiently helping him out.
It's fair enough. Both the scouts for other scouts in the side, Aisho and Spooge. Aisho hitting pretty close to EBM and Spooge. Spooge playing a bit lower on the scoreboard, but both getting the same done. Aisho, interesting, doing the same damage, but getting 7 less kills, so looks like he's been taking a lot of maybe the questionable fights. Stuff
Could
like
be that
that.
ping.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
he's
might
just
be the ping,
tilting.
honestly. Maybe,
Who
that's
knows?
definitely true. So we have pretty identical deaths, 6 to 8 deaths. Def dying twice more than Halfrong, and Halfrong, but getting pretty much identical to Ubers. You see drops coming up from both, Halfrong getting 2 drops and Void's getting left, getting 1 drop, so I don't know, it's interesting to see. I think, there was the drop on grass. When else did Halfrong drop?
He dropped near his base, like in the building kind of area.
Okay, I missed that one, I reckon, maybe, I don't remember. But, yeah, I don't know, it was an interesting performance by both teams. Fishy blowing it out of the water, to be honest. Doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I didn't
his
expect
ping,
this man. I
like-
don't know this player, but he really pulled through.
Yeah. You can just see, because, like I said, a lot of players aren't familiar. A lot of Australian players aren't really familiar with the Asia 14. So when these players come into Prem matches and drop like 280 DPM as scout, it's like pretty interesting.
I'm really impressed by Sam though. In recent times he's been quite rusty, but when Sam has been playing at the peak of his game, I think he's definitely a contender for like one of the top scouts in Australia.
Definitely, I'd say that easily top 5, if not top 3 right now. He's obviously
that's conservative.
It's just I don't know. He's been around longer than most of the top scouts right now, and with the return of Jasmine T, that's not as true as it was in previous seasons. But he's consistently one of the better players in the league, and he's been doing a lot of work for damaging this season. His pickup has done wonders for this team. As he's always in the right position. He's always doing something.
I'd like to draw a bit of credit to Jack as well. His KD doesn't really represent it, but he was doing massive damage, and his bombs were, were the best out of any of the Romans.
Exactly. This is a thing that a lot of pocket soldiers especially don't get credit for, is the team dynamic for Damage Inc. seems to be play more scout and demo based, and then kind of run a double Roma. And Jack is playing that role perfectly. Like, he's doing a lot of work in these fights, he's getting huge bombs onto the combo, while Crud just takes heals and mulches like these players who have just been destroyed by a bomb. And the team dynamic has been really working well, as shown by 3-0 victory.
Looks like we're getting ready for the next map.
Yeah, we should see. We have 6 in for one team and 5 in for the other. We should see a ready up on both sides soon. We're ready up with 5 players? Question mark? Okay, they stopped. We see HS. Yeah, so we have 6 in for both servers. We should see ready up any second now. Yeah, okay, so we get ready up, and we should see this. Apparently, item server is having a little bit of net issue, but it seems to be better now.
I'm gonna watch Moop again.
Yeah, well,
traditionally his rollout is quite strong in this map.
Definitely not messing it up yet, and he does go left pretty traditional. We'll see if he can get another pack early. Crud. No, I think Crud plays catwalk.
So early.
Yeah, Crud gets there, but he didn't really place any sticks on the catwalk, so he doesn't get any early damage. Neither side really doing much. Moop eats a couple of rockets and goes down to 26 and gets destroyed by a stick by Crud. That's really good. So probably movement advancing from Damage because they do start trying to crush the
Blue's position is so weak here, but they are managing to get some frags.
What? So they turned that around completely. That was
I did not see that.
So HSR is also on shotgun now, which is interesting, but I'm very surprised because the positioning of Reds was very questionable there. They played ground, and they just kind of started getting crushed by the hide-ad of Damage Inc.
Absolutely.
But they kind of just kited players down and then started killing. It was very strange.
It definitely was the healing and kiting going on.
Okay,
that Blue won that bit.
Sound Spy, we'll see if he's just checking or actually going for a play. It looks like he is going for a play, which is always a delight to see a Spy play. I'm gonna keep my cam on him and see if he can do anything, because he really needs to hurry up, because they're gonna push any moment now. He's moving straight away. We'll see what he can do.
I'd be amazed if he got this.
He's gonna pop before he can do anything. Right? Oh my god. Oh my god! He gets in so deep, and like, nobody turns around, but he just doesn't get any room, and they just kill him. And we're gonna see the Uber get a lot done, as they do take a lot of aggression, but the health isn't terrible for the side of Damage Inc. They clean up half wrong, and the frags are starting to come out. It's just Crud Spooge, as we're gonna see Crud fall and Spooge fall straight after, so...
Too risky out of Sam. I think that Spy, it requires a pretty large time investment to get in position, not to mention not get detected. And also the defending team, low-level sentry I believe, and just general poor position. I don't see how Blue could lose that push.
The Spy play might have been a bit better, but the positioning they had on second, they could have pushed any moment. Like, it was a bit awkward. He did get punished for it. We'll see. Pretty same mid. Moop going low ground, Crud playing higher ground. A bit more aggression from the soldiers than I'm noticing right now from Damage Inc. They move up, and Moop just taking heals from the low ground. So they're getting aggro into the pack of Damage Inc. and Sam cleans up one of them. Way better mid straight out of Damage Inc. And gonna prompt Roids to back up.
They definitely played a bit more reactionary that fight.
Exactly. They didn't play super aggressive like last time. They waited for them to push in and just kind of trap them, and it definitely worked. As they do get 3 kills to no return frags. But
I'd love to see Red keep this rolling. They have player ad. Maybe not now, but they did.
Yeah. So they are playing kind of aggro on the side of Roids. They're looking to get a good trade, I reckon. We're playing very aggressively actually, all the way on his back, and he backs up to heals. But we'll see what they want to do. We might see. What are we?
Looks like Jack wants to go for a rotation to Lunchbox. But
yeah. Or maybe they're playing a double soldier of Lunchbox to try and get something done. Which is an interesting play.
Sam's in.
Sam's straight into them. He forces left.
Incredible. Red needs to get the fuck out.
Yeah, that was that was really good from Sam. Just getting straight in. The Uber, really good. Moop is kind of caught in here. Should get cleaned up. If he doesn't double pipe the scout, please kill him.
I can't believe this. Patrick, you're letting me down, buddy.
Spooge just gets cleaned up by a slice to Moop, but he's gonna survive. He might even pick up Crud. He's going in. He's trying to slice now. He gets cleaned up. I can't believe that's that's really unfortunate. And that's at least 12 question marks coming out of Moop. So you see the bit of BN as well. He's half of him just healing players, trying to get forward into second. Pretty aggressive play from Roids, but
I thought KPC had that, to be honest, but the player clearly too much.
We had a sniper for a moment. It wasn't just a forward spawn actually, but oh no, ISHO on sniper. I know ISHO is a piece of mine. Oh no. Okay, so fun fact, Granary, they added a different spawn room, so you have to go behind the yellow tape.
Yeah, don't make this mistake, guys.
Pro tip, turn off the kill bind when you change class out of spawn.
I guess he's not entirely used to the simulation just yet.
Sam on sniper though. Sam's on sniper, so we'll see if he can make anything good. I'm definitely going to be watching the Sam sniper cannons. Sam on sniper is a force.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, definitely just gonna try and take kills. He wants to go for the frag, maybe shot, try and get on the medic. We'll see if he can hit one of these players. I want to see him hit one of these players as well. Oh, he hits some body shot in the HSR. He's just going for picks. He's just eating these heals and just going, and he's not getting spammed out, so he's gonna just probably repush. He gets spammed back by shoot. I want to see him get aggressive. He's gonna take the heals, probably pick left, I reckon. And they're giving him a lot of room to do so as he's...
Absolutely. Blue needs to react to those rotations.
That's a demo pick and a scout pick from Sam. ISHO gets cleaned up on some geometry. Let's see if he can... Oh, the drop almost comes out of the left as he body shots him to 2 health. And Sam just playing back, trying to get the sniper.
Blue needs to punish these non-Ubered players. Like, Sam has just been given free reign.
Yeah, and Sam's just going to continue to pick up players on the back end. That was a bit sloppy from them.
They did not react to the Sam's rotation to the other side. They had literally everyone on one side. And then when the Ubers went down, they just sat around shooting the shiny guys. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, left was really lucky there. It was completely up to Sam not hitting his shot.
I'm surprised he didn't go for it. Maybe he missed, but he went for other players, it would seem.
Yeah, definitely. Just gonna see. But again, Moop taking low ground, Crud taking high ground. KPC just playing things. Crud going down very low. He craters off catwalk. And then he just gets up. HSR going down pretty low as well, getting cleaned up his soldier bomb. It's HSR down, the 2 down for damaging, and Sam goes in aggressive to make a play. It looks like damaging guy just gonna press S and get out of here.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, where Dirk died at the start of that fight?
No, so he was just taking catwalk damage. I'm trying to spam, and then he got hit by a rocket, I believe, and then dropped down to get back, but cratered in the process.
And then half the red team went in, but half went out, and that's just not going to work. They are trading now.
The trading, this could work well. They need to get out though. This is a much better Uber. Oh, they clean up ISHO with a bad... That was pretty questionable by lefty. They lose Jack. I'm trying to get back.
It's bad trade, ultimately.
Yeah. And Sam goes down, but oh my god, the play is happening. Crud's getting forward with his heals. They're moving this team back.
Love to see Wright punish this.
Crud just pressing W, and then Wright gets forward onto the on Fushy, who gets caught out on Grudge, and HSR low health. They can see a really strong aggression play coming out of Damaging, and they push them all the way back. HSR is caught as well, and Spooge very aggressive. No, Riot, sorry, he might Clado, yeah.
Wow.
So,
can't believe Left got out there.
I know. It was really aggressive play from Damaging.
I think it was the absolutely right play, but maybe they just didn't perform it.
Yeah, executed a little bit weirdly, and they do lose a lot of players in the process. They're gonna get the forward spawns here. Probably? They're trying to block this. Soldier, Scat is in very deep, and he's just taking fire. No one's gonna kill him just yet, and ISHO's just coming back to heals, playing
Dirk
safe.
very isolated here. Pretty big mistake. Blue should be able to roll this forward.
They get cleaned up, and we do see 3 frags come out of damaging, and nothing returned. Jack and Halfrong, they're the only ones up, and they're just gonna be backing up with heals. Weird play from Damaging. They kind of played a weird sack and baity roll and kind of got punished for it, as they're probably gonna go for another Uber trade here. Uber very early, and I don't know if they'll make this one work as well as their last one. Yeah, they need to get out
I'm
straight
really
away.
okay. If they can kill the medic, this is great.
It's not gonna happen. Halfrong's gonna get caught up by Demo.
Okay, this is fine for blue team.
Yeah, they're gonna punish. Moop does get cleaned up by Crod, and Riot almost kills Soldier on height, but Fwishy and KPC take down Jack, and that's probably gonna prompt us straight forward until last. No heals up just yet. Soldier does go down very low, just gets denied by Spooge. The cap is already very high, and it's just HSR to walk on the point and kill Halfrong.
So when Red push courtyard there with the Uber, blue team gave it back off and not pop, but they decided to go in and just completely kill the medic and pretty much secured the last push.
Exactly. I don't know. The trade wasn't an awful idea, but they were a bit trigger happy on the push, and they
I think
on the pop.
Jack misjudged how close they were.
Moop obviously a bit aggressive, part of his team. So we'll see. Another pretty... No, okay, so Crud does play ground this time, it looks like. Spam coming out on both sides of the mid. Soldier gets aggro onto Crud, and he's probably going to get picked up by the Soldier. He does. This is not looking good already for Damaging, because they don't have much positioning, and their health is a lot worse. We'll see if they re-aggress, and they start moving up. Jack taking pack, and it's running in. He's getting deep on the medic. Does a lot of damage to the staff. Comes up on the wall, sadly. And then we have 3 death Damaging, and not a return frag just yet. Spooge gets killed by Fishy. And... yeah.
Riot not really doing a whole lot. He's kind of sitting back until he's dropping players and he's like desperation mode and jumps, but that's not so useful if you're missing teammates.
Yep. We'll see. Probably a little bit of aggression. They don't decide to trade this time. Moop getting a lot of free damage as they Uber super early, but we see another early pop coming out of left, kind of making sure Moop doesn't get caught out here. We just see players just changing, and it does look like Damaging are starting to funnel in. Moop gets caught out by Riot and Spooge. We see more spam coming up from the team. There's lower health on the side of Damaging and punished, as they're in a bit of an awkward position here. There's Soldier on the point, and Royd's okay, never mind. Riot pulls it back from them and they start moving up. They didn't get the
I love how
far
Red
though.
defended that.
Exactly, they played very well. Or Halfrong gets jumped and hit a really nice surf straight around the corner, making sure he can't get hit. And ends up getting out, and they're gonna push Garage into mid here.
The Red defenders came in from all sides and really just punished like the claustrophobic space, which is the point, and all the other areas, and blue team had to retreat.
We'll see what they end up doing.
I believe blue all spawned.
Yeah, so we'll see.
We do have a sniper.
Fishy sniper. If I'm correct and I'm thinking about the right person, Aisha told me that Fishy is one of the scariest snipers he's played against. So we'll see what he can do. I'd love to see maybe an aggro pick like Sam was doing. It's always good for the camera. So we'll see what he can do, as he's just playing passive right now, and it might be some aggression because if they can break into the sniper and get aggressive quickly, there's not much he can really viably do. Spooge is in, they're uber early, they get onto the demo.
Left is very close. Oh.
They don't get they focus most of it on Moop, and Moop does die. It does seem to be getting out, and the double Soldier aggression is just gonna mulch the players trying to get aggressive. But we're probably gonna see a re-Uber if they can get this and just move straight in.
They are close to it.
Left is just trying to take kills, moving up. They do lose KPC, so they're 2 down, but
amazing
gets
shot.
Domed by Fishy. Like I said, Fishy a very good sniper, so he's gonna be moving up. They're gonna be stuck with the sniper in this push, which might be a little bit awkward, but it looks like he's gonna take Catwalk, which is actually a pretty advantageous position, and he headshots Riot. He might get the cleanup, he should, and he does. And he's got a player below him.
Okay for the wrap, though.
He's a bit caught in, but he gets a call, and they'll be
This
able
is
to
so
play around
cheeky.
it. I
They're
can't
fully
believe
aware
Fishy
of
got
it.
down there. Fishy being aggressive in an awkward position. He domes Sam as well. Fishy is just going absolutely huge. It's a mega pocket and a scout, I believe. So we'll see a re-push.
Do they know that Spooge is behind? I think they do.
They should.
They've just detected her.
Look at the demo pick. Okay, no, he doesn't. Fishy kill sprint. That's a 4K. This sniper is definitely working in the favor of Roids. Start moving up. They do have a pop. Looking pretty far behind them, but they're not worrying about that. They're just moving straight up. Hyde just
Jack is jumping. It's on the medic.
Fishy gets his shot. He gets the force, and then gets headshot by himself.
I feel like all of Blue's recent victories are because of that. It was just the extra momentum given from Red's failed push into courtyard.
Yeah.
Rai is still in middle. What is he planning?
We'll
He's
see
surely
what
he can't back up.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's waiting for a sneak play, trying to get on the medic.
He should be able to get the medic, yeah.
Yeah, no one expects him. He's playing Spire right now as he's
My god,
walking
he's
in.
not even jumping.
He misses the first rocket! No! No!
Oh, I can't
Someone
believe
eats
that.
the rocket!
He'll be so
That's-
gutted about that.
Well, yeah, I'd probably smash my keyboard, to be honest. That was pretty awkward. Man, that sucks. He kind of beefed the first rocket, and then on the
This is
rocket...
slight add to red. Let's see if they punish blue.
They do, they get aggressive straight into the sniper. He probably need cleaned up. He does get it cleaned up. Sniper obviously not a speedy class, does get just pushed straight away in the fight.
Going
And,
with the scouts was great there.
Left is gonna get this Uber and they pop super early. This could be kind of kited very easily. Prod's gonna be caught in, it looks like, but Aisho and KPC go down and move. We see a HSR kill Halfrong and Prod, but it does look like Left and HSR should get cleaned up. Left gets caught in and it's just Fwishy on the side of Roids, who is a fresh spawn. And he does fight Jack on mid, and it looks like he might win this fight, but he doesn't over-aggress, he doesn't want to get cleaned up, and he backs up to second by himself.
Pretty sloppy counter engages by both teams there. Not really respecting either team's Uber advantage.
Exactly, so they move in straight away, they re-push with the Uber, they don't get that much done with it, they kind of kill Crud on the side, and then the re-push from the flank just absolutely destroys them. We're going to see an Uber reset pretty much, as it's only a 4% disparity between both teams.
Yeah, we're back to your favourite bit of Granary. How do you think it will play out? I reckon they'll just get to 100 and play for sacks or a pick.
I reckon, well, I don't know, so White's playing in a kind of position to trying to get people aggressive to get a pick or something, we'll see. I reckon we might see an aggression from the scouts. The aggressive damaging scouts have been a pretty big factor during the game. Riders moving out of that position, trying to trap people. It looks like they're trying to move left right now. They're all on the left side, they're moving into garage. Might see them try and take left yard, trying to get on the flank players. And they're just kind of scouting out what they want to do, it looks like right now. And Moop is in a position to punish this if he's quick enough. Sam just spamming
Moop
angles.
should have his attention on that garage, definitely.
Yeah, he knows, he should know that it's a pretty decent position for them to rush out. But they are backing out of the garage, they don't seem super confident. I think they're just looking for an opening. I don't know, we got a stalemate on our hands. So
You just wait for the enemy team to fuck up, I suppose.
yeah, we'll see who makes the first mistake. But it might be the side of damaging because they are the ones aggressing. It's a lot easier to mess up aggressing than it is defending.
Absolutely. We're probably going to see some sort of run-in with a scout or a roamer.
Exactly, so Spridge is getting antsy, it looks like he's playing pretty close, might be looking for a player to get aggressive. Sam is definitely shaping up the flank, seeing if he can get anything done. And we do see a sack play coming out of the soldier,
Right,
gets
getting
straight
free.
on.
Perfect.
Perfect
If Red
timing.
can get out here, or at least milk the Super substantially.
They do,
Yeah.
and this is a really good play. They get KPC straight off the bat and they are aggressing. The Super hasn't run out yet, but Halfrong, they just don't get that much aggression. They kind of get back. Left gets spammed really heavily, actually. It's going to prompt them to back up a little bit. Jack picking up HSR as well. That was a really good play from Damaging, and they're going to refight. Doesn't look like Roids are completely going to give this up, as they do pick up Sam on the point. We do see even Ubers again. Are they going to push this? They are. They're going to push
I
straight
don't think
in.
it's the right choice. They're going to have a play just
disagree.
out, I believe.
Yeah, they're gonna, and this is already going bad. Halfrong's gonna get cleaned up. That was a questionable play.
They all came in from one side and just got
It's not
completely
over as
punished.
Ryder is getting
Ryder's
straight into the medic. Oh my god, a good bomb. Can he hit it? Oh, bad luck. Left does survive, and it's just gonna be Spooge. And it's gonna get cleaned up trying to go for a backup play.
Credit where credit's due. Left's surfs are really good.
Sam
And Right
is
needs to
caught him.
anticipate a little bit more. Sam is on last though.
He's gonna kill the soldier, maybe. If he's lucky, he does, and he's gonna clean up.
He
that's
actually
best
beats the
they could-
shotgun pocket. I don't know how that's possible.
I think he dancing around the pole made it a bit awkward for H, so they get the frag. So we'll see full red coming out of Roids. So he's probably going to take this mid. And Jack's getting super aggressive onto the soldier here. He's just backing up now, trying to get
Should
room.
get out.
They shouldn't lose any players here, but Jack's going for a sack. He gets straight in. He gets the force. That's really sloppy from Roids. They should not be letting that happen. Tries to get out left guard. Seems like it's going to work. They force this Uber out, and Sam's back up on sniper. But he's in the forward spawn, and he goes back into scout. Pretty famous position for Sam there.
I don't know.
He plays-
Blue seems to be in a bit of a purgatory when it comes to their positioning. Like in between offensive and defensive, they're not really able to capitalize if they get popped.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jack just letting his team be able to defend courtyard because of it.
Yeah, of course. So, gonna see a passive hold as the Uber is about to come out for the damage.
We should see a push through Gary.
Exactly. Been very stalemating close so far. They're gonna start moving up. We're just clearing stickies. They are dead, so they're gonna move right yard. They haven't used their Uber yet, and they've got a player going down because of aggression from a soldier behind them. They get the Uber, but there's nobody here. This is pretty awkward. Aisho does get caught in. See if they can get cleaned up. Spooge just kill him. See if he can kill Aisho as well, as Aisho is pretty hurt. Didn't hit many shots though, and Aisho is probably gonna get out on the right side. Bit awkward there. But
another counter Uber.
Looks like Spooge is trying to... Yeah, okay, so Spooge is just behind me, so we go back in.
Half very out of position.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets punished for it, as he's gonna die very late as well, which is awkward.
Red needs to kill enemy Mika, it's the only thing that really matters.
Riot's getting completely stopped by spam though, and they do get them... They'll get cleaned up by Jack actually, who gets another kill on HSR. Exactly. Riot kills... Gets onto Moop, Riot and Jack did so much on this man. Might kill
Clutch
Fishy.
rocket! Oh, beautiful.
He's just... Riot just dodging rockets, we'll see if what he does. He's gonna probably... Yeah, okay. KBC just playing attack dominance and Riot runs away.
Gosh.
Oh, he's pushing.
Oh, wow.
I didn't expect
rocket.
that. And Spooge goes down as well, so we're gonna see 3 players down in the spawn for demo, so... even Ubers, we see... No, yeah, okay, both still running Uber charge. We haven't seen a crits out by this team, and there's been a lot of chances for it, so I guess we're probably not gonna see one at any stage if... But we'll see what happens in this fight.
The shell nearly dying there, kind of risky.
Exactly. Both these Uber charges are doing pretty much identically at the same time, so we'll see what they end up doing. Just playing this shuttle door. Damaging needs to get around soon. The timer is ticking down and it is in their favor.
True.
So it's going to be very difficult unless they roll the next mid if Roids clench this round. I also wouldn't be surprised if Roids just kind of played chill. They have no big reason to rush.
Yeah, they could absolutely park the bus. It seems like the Uber pushes from both teams are quite strong defensively, but offensively they're not achieving too much, and as a result it's extraordinarily back and forth. Like this round is going, you know, one way and the other all the time.
Exactly. So HSR and KBC, the letter name combo are just moving a lunchbox. Crowd actually pretty forward, needs spam and Sam on sniper.
Dirk's so aggressive.
Yeah, they're moving up
and
and
he got a really nice Uber.
Yeah, that's a really nice trade. Crowd playing that really cleverly and Halfrong milking the Uber very well. But they're not playing this super aggro, and Trud's just gonna back up Moop, and KPC gets straight onto Riot, who gets cleaned up. Halfrong in an awkward position on lower health.
Dirk is surviving, yeah.
He kited for a really long time, damn. And they're gonna back up left on a little bit of nothing.
They saw the flanker.
Yeah, and that's
I think
probably
they can
gonna be
push this. At least take courtyard.
Aisha does get out, which is good, so they don't lose a player, and we'll probably see a push. Maybe they've worse spawns and Crud is down, but they don't want to not take this advantage as they're in close right. Jackson in an awkward position and maybe gonna get caught out. No, he jumps out.
Where are Uber's at? They're about even at the moment, so we should see another sort of stalemate.
We'll see building on a Halfrong who will stop the little bit of a disadvantage he was at, I reckon. So, unlikely to see any aggression, but is that... Okay, that was a hard bug. Alright, so...
I don't think we've seen yet how blue team pushes into courtyard in a stalemate situation. The red team we saw Riot do a very easy bomb from the side.
Definitely.
But keen to see how blue do it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. They move up garage now. Just healing Pocket Soldier and Demo. Getting more exchange spam, and we're gonna see
Very aggressive! Oh my gosh!
That's super aggro, but I don't know if it'll work, because they do end up
Jack needs to retreat here with his medic.
Okay, so HSR, that was questionable there. HSR taking a lot of heals on that Uber, kind of making a really valuable Uber into a less free one, but they are getting the return frags. That goes down pretty low, and gets killed by Halfrong. We're getting a flashback of product right now, and it's just Riot versus Aisho, and he's got heals, and it's probably just gonna see him, pressing S.
Oh, I don't know what to say, except blue just thinking that the red team were overconfident, and then as a result they became overconfident.
It's so even, dude. Like, this is probably the best match I've cast all season. Even if
it's very balanced,
slow, it's very back and forth, and they're all playing very well. I don't see a weak link out of any team or anything. It's just good players going back and forth.
We do have Pushy on his fishy sniper.
Okay, so that's going to be interesting to see, and we'll see if they are ready to play around it, because they do have this ad, and I'm going to bet that we're going to see them push aggro. Pushy is in the forward spawn as well, so he's in no danger to himself, and he can switch off anytime. The only issue is, obviously, the...
He's much safer, but much less angle to work with.
So he gets aggressive and they should see it. He does body shot Crud very early. He will probably just sticky off the thing, but he doesn't. They get aggro and they kill HSR.
Left does not have Uber yet, he's very close though. Red really capitalizing on that advantage, that's brilliant.
They're gonna probably re-push maybe? We'll see what they do. KPC goes down.
They're kind of low at the moment. I feel like they should.
They're walking straight into Uber.
God.
What are they doing? Maybe they thought they didn't have it yet? This is just so sloppy. Why are they doing this? Halfrong is just getting cleaned up.
Push from
There's
Red.
no way Halfrong... Yeah, okay. So Halfrong gets cleaned up. That was just... I have no words. That was the pinnacle of a bad Uber. Oh, I should
This should be Blue's point.
Slap spooge.
I can't tell you what was running through Red's head there. Blue had player advantage, respawn advantage, heal advantage, I think, and of course they had Uber advantage, and Red just completely giving away territory. It's just bad.
I don't know what to say there. Maybe it was a misplay, maybe they didn't think they had the Uber, who knows what happens. I guess they were trying to play off spawns.
It would have to be, I think.
So we'll see a bit of an aggression on the left yard. They try and go back to kill the player, but they don't end up getting it. We might see, so this is a play that I actually saw in a scrim playing against them, is when the other team like to push through garage, everybody on damaging trying to force their way through Death Valley and go for the wrap play.
Oh yeah, classic wrap.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So they're gonna, and they're doing it. They're
Can
doing
run
it
with
right
the
now.
half wrong.
Dude, they're gonna lose the medic, but they are going for the wrap play still, and
Oh
everyone's
my
going for the
gosh.
cap. I told you about this play. I knew it was gonna happen, and I do have the 3 players. If they can stop anybody from getting, if they can get this cap, no, it's not gonna happen. Oh, is it? Oh my god, it's so close. They've brought so many plays back. I don't think it matters at this stage.
I've got
It
faith
kind
in
of
the
worked.
shotgun pocket. Although this is perilously close to being capped, so Sam is... Oh, he eats rocket to the face! He has to get a job done.
Yeah, he's just gonna get out. Probably get the heals.
He
he
gets
gets hit by
fucked.
rocket. Oh my goodness. Great rocket caves.
Gosh, I was...
Sam.
That wrap, it was just so in the air, it could have gone either way.
Sam, I did all I could. He's not wrong. He did die, but he hit the spawn. They're not gonna over-aggress just yet. Do you see an Uber advantage for left, but it's only a 15% one. We need to see a round come out from damaging soon. They don't have all the time in the world.
No, it's
5 minutes to get
running
around
down.
to at least tie it, and then we go to golden cap. So
I'd like to see Moop have, the blue team have a bit more presence on the left-hand side.
they're going right. So if they wrap again, which it doesn't think like they're trying to do, they're moving it left, they're trying it again, and they're not going to have any of it on the side of blue as they go back with the Uber charge, and they just stop any aggression. But they get the counter Uber in, for which he gets knocked out back pretty far.
Punish left, yeah, very important.
Yes, that's super aggressive, gets punished for it. Finally, I'd say, is it hasn't been happening the last couple of Ubers, and this is the best chance damaging you've had for a round this entire game. Halfrong getting so aggro. Oh my god, they're going straight to last, but what are they doing? They've thrown this up. They might have thrown it away. It's just Halfrong and Crud to cap.
They barely redeemed themselves. I really feel like...
They can't go to last.
killed
Don't go to
Minute.
last, guys. You're just going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, don't do it, please.
No. What are you doing? Okay.
Maybe they could. It could be done. Unbelievable, the juggles.
Crud is a god.
Dude, that was the biggest gamble.
That was such a... I think they were really antsy. They heard my pleas of they needed to start pushing, and they did exactly that. They took in the heals with Crud. Halfrong definitely... I think the main caller Halfrong probably very confident in Crud there, just walking in by themselves to Medic. I can't believe that. That's nuts. So we do see a 2-2, and there's only 4 minutes left. So
Right, very aggressive.
yeah, right straight in.
He's
dead,
acting
but
as a
he doesn't get
massive
much.
distraction.
It does take a lot of fire away from his team, and they are going to start walking onto it. Moop goes down, but left is alive, and he does end up getting cleaned up by Crud ends up getting cleaned up. So, okay, that was an interesting play by Riot, but I'd say he didn't distract long enough. Oh no, that's not true. It's more of the...
I think it's more, it wasn't in coordination
Yeah.
with his team, so he just got, they could afford to look at him and pick him off.
I think Crud took the opportunity to try and walk over the point, which he did end up cleaning Moop in the process, but left dodging his stickies ended up just cutting him into more damage, and it just
We
wants
do
to fight.
have the Sam spy played by Riot, but I think he's realizing that he doesn't want to do that, and he's switching off.
No,
And he
did it
suicides!
too!
He suicides!
This is the third or second time. I can't believe this.
Within the yellow lines, guys.
Oh.
Straight in, through left. Riot
And they
expressing his
just changed
dismay.
the doors. We'll see. Oh my god, this is really bad. 3 players down. They're getting at a spawn, but this point is already starting to get the cap. Low health on both sides.
Respawners by the red team. They should not be able to defend this.
If we see a really good... No, that's it. There's no way. That's... Honestly, I would have... I don't know what I expected, but a super aggressive, risky mid on a 2-2, I wouldn't have expected at damaging.
Red are in danger here. This could easily be the final score.
Yeah, if blue just play back, try and play this passively and make it as slow and painful as they possibly can, they can quite easily clinch this round. As KBC does play forward, Crud, playing ground earlier this time. Double soldier aggression, coming out of damaging, getting super aggressive. Right does cleaned up, and damage is definitely in the favour of Roids right now, as both teams going down so low, and Roids do have their medic up, but HSR goes down to 20 health, but Asher comes up and clean up squad. And
I think this has to be it.
I think it's feasibly, I think it's feasibly possible for them to win, but I don't see it.
I don't even know what to say about their mid fight. It was so over the place and so chaotic.
If they wipe them on this second, and then like top cap every single push, maybe it's possible.
They're going for it.
They do push it back. They don't get the cap here. They need to go straight in.
I'd like to see blue just punish them.
I mean,
they can actually just park, can't they? Sure, why not?
They don't need to do something. This is easy. They just need to get it off them, then wipe them, and then do so on both pushes after this at maximum speed, and they've won it. It's easy. They're moving in left, and no position usually taken. And the time that they've used to try and do this, I think they just pushed it over the barrier of it not being possible anymore. But did you get in? They get that force, and you might see a rap play.
Oh dear.
We do see people rapping, and going left, they need to re-push this through Z, but they'll probably get caught out. By going aggro into KPC, gets the kill. The Cappy is going to come out and... Might see another round come out if nothing can be done for the side of Roids. Straight to last to try and prevent this, of course. It's straight on. He does. He hits a great rocket move. Yeah, okay, we're not going to see a written round, hopefully. We have 24 seconds in the recap.
Only way I would have seen Red being able to win that is if they wrapped to me and like Red team defend the point with it Uber, perhaps.
Yeah, that's going to be round, and we're going to have a 3-2 to the side of Roids. Sam's going to clean up some more frags in the end and move Micro down.
So just to refresh, who won the last map?
It was a pretty dominant damaging.
Right. Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know if it was just... I don't know. Yeah, Granary is kind of a weird realm for a lot of players. Scout dominant teams especially have a lot of trouble in Granary because Scout doesn't have the free roam he does on other maps, especially Product. Yeah, we have a soldier main here. So
it feels good to know Scouts can suffer in some form.
So I don't know if that was the end for damaging. If it was just the Scouts who were doing a lot on the first map didn't really have as much free roam, or it was more of a... It's just maybe Roids were more comfortable on Granary. It was a really close match. I'm still a bit iffy on how the last mid went. Like, I don't
think anyone could describe it to you, man. It was so over the place. Like,
just,
both teams are on both sides of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the logs.
I don't think we're doing interviews tonight, so we'll just do logs, and we'll close up the stream real quick. Let's see if my opening logs now. Let's see
I'm just
what
looking
we
at
have.
it. As you'd expect, heavy classes, massive damage output, inferior classes at the bottom.
From dies twice as much as left. That's a turnaround.
Yeah. I was surprised because I thought left was actually more out of position, but he kept getting away with it is the thing. Half wrong, not so much.
I don't know who's to blame there, half wrong, or maybe it was just... I don't know, half wrong was also dying on a lot of mids, I think was another thing.
True. It just goes to show how important the map is for affecting classes, because Sam and Spooge had a pretty great buy that game, and you look at them now, and when they're regulated to this sort of stuff, they perform pretty badly.
Fishy taking like almost 0 heals, that's pretty interesting. Doing a lot without them. 23 to 20. Fishy taking almost 0 heals, like 5%. Scale.
Yeah.
And
they had
KBC
excellent accuracy as well.
KBC top fragging with Romler as well, so... See a bit of flank play coming out of the side of Roids, and it definitely did show because they took the map away from the Victors of the previous one. Spooge seems to be having a little bit of trouble. I don't know, scout stats on this map are a bit awkward, especially because of how slow it was for a lot of players. You can't really do anything as Scout and Stalemate, so the Scout DPM overall is pretty lacking. Sam only hitting 217, so that's how you know the game was probably slow.
Yeah, that's sad. I feel like Jack, he did obviously a little damage, but you kind of expect that as a pocket.
Yeah.
But not really making many good trades. Compare him to his enemy counterpart on pocket. Is it KPC?
No, HSR was pocket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry. He was doing substantially more work.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a great match, I'd say. Like, I'm trying to think, and I'm pretty sure that's easily the best match of Castle all season. I can't think of anything that was that close.
Fun. I really enjoyed it.
It wasn't a roll any means. Even when it was slow, it wasn't a super slow, no exchange. It was things were happening. Teams were trying to push up a little bit, edge the way in.
It's definitely the best match I've casted so far.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Alright, I think that should wrap us up for the night. Do you have any shoutouts you'd like to give?
Oh, it's only to you.
And to you as well.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been ozfortress Week 5. Damage Inc. versus Right Wing Death Squad. Follow us on Twitter and on Twitch and all the social plugs and that stuff. And we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye.